Welcome to The Land Deal, the podcast where we explore land opportunities, investment strategies, and market insights across America. I'm your host, Emma Dozma, and this is episode 3. Today we're diving deep into the Wisconsin land market, where price disparities are absolutely wild. Did you know you could buy nearly 100 acres in Taylor County for the cost of just 1 acre in Waukesha County? We're breaking down exactly what drives these extreme differences, from suburban proximity to recreational appeal, to the hidden costs of holding rural land. Whether you're considering selling your property or just curious about Wisconsin real estate, you'll walk away understanding the 3 key factors that determine land values across the Badger State. Joining me today is Michael Atwater, an expert in the Wisconsin land market. Michael, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Emma. Excited to be here.
So let's start with that stat I mentioned. The price gap in Wisconsin is massive. What's driving that?
It really comes down to 3 major factors: location proximity, land use potential, and what I call the recreation premium. Take Waukesha County, for example. You're looking at around $25,000 per acre for a 20-acre parcel. That's because you're within commuting distance to Milwaukee. People want space, but don't want to sacrifice access to jobs and amenities.
And on the flip side?
Counties like Taylor, Clark, and Rusk are under $5,000 per acre for the same size parcel. These are north central counties, gorgeous, plenty of forest and wildlife, but you're hours from major employment centers. The land itself isn't less valuable in a functional sense, but the market assigns value based on convenience and development potential.
So if someone inherited 40 acres in Taylor County and they're thinking about selling, what should they understand about that market?
First, they need to know what they actually have. Is it wooded? Is there road access? Any water features? A 40-acre timber parcel with mature hardwoods is worth more than 40 acres of scrub brush. Second, understand the buyer pool. In those northern counties, you're selling primarily to recreational buyers, hunters, cabin seekers, people wanting weekend retreats. That's a different sales timeline than suburban land near Madison or Milwaukee.
Let's talk about that suburban versus rural divide. Waukesha, Walworth, Dane. These counties command premium prices. What's happening there?
Waukesha County is fascinating because it's actually leading in the 10 to 20 acre category now, ahead of even the traditional recreational hotspots like Vilas County. We're seeing demand for what people call estate properties, large lots where someone can build their dream home, have privacy, maybe keep some horses but still commute to work. Walworth County, with the Lake Geneva area, combines that suburban proximity with water access, so you get a double premium.
What about those recreational counties you mentioned? Vilas, Oneida, Door County?
Those are the Northwoods gems. Vilas County leads the state for smaller lots. We're talking over $260,000 per acre for parcels under 10 acres. But here's what's interesting. When you look at 20-acre parcels, that per acre price drops to around $23,000. The premium is really on small lakefront or lake access lots. People want their fishing cabin or retirement getaway, and they'll pay for it.
So if you own land in one of these recreational counties, timing matters?
Absolutely. These markets have strong seasonality. Spring and early summer are peak selling times when people are thinking about their lake plans. Also, counties like Adams and Vilas showed 245% and 199% turnover rates respectively in recent data, meaning land moves fast when it's priced right. But you need to understand your competition. Is your property lakefront, lakeview, or just in a lake area? That distinction is worth tens of thousands.
Let's shift gears. What about agricultural land? That's a different market entirely, right?
Totally different buyers, totally different metrics. Agricultural land in Wisconsin averaged about $6,363 per acre in 2024, up 7% from the prior year. But that's misleading because it lumps cropland and pasture together. Quality cropland is pushing $7,250 per acre statewide. If you've got tillable acres in a strong ag county like Rock or Walworth, you're looking at substantially higher prices.
What should someone with farm ground know if they're considering selling?
Know your soil. Seriously, Buyers will look at soil maps, drainage, yield history. A 40-acre parcel of Class 1 or 2 soil is worth far more than the same size with rocky, poorly drained ground. Also, leases matter. If you've got a tenant farmer with a long-term lease, that can actually make the property more attractive to certain buyers who want turnkey income. But it can also limit your buyer pool if someone wants to farm it themselves.
What about costs? I think a lot of landowners don't realize what it actually costs to hold property.
That's huge. Property taxes vary wildly by county. Some northern counties have lower tax rates, but you're still looking at annual costs. Then there's liability insurance, especially important if you allow hunting or ATV access. Maintenance is another hidden cost. Are you paying someone to mow, clear brush, manage timber? And the big one people forget, opportunity cost. That money tied up in land could be invested elsewhere.
So when does it make sense to hold versus sell?
If you've got quality timber that's still maturing, holding can make sense. Those trees are literally growing value. If you're in the path of development and there are credible signs of growth coming your way, waiting might pay off. But if you inherited property you're never going to use, you're paying taxes on it every year, and you have no emotional attachment, the math usually favors selling and investing the proceeds.
What's one thing you wish every Wisconsin landowner knew?
That the market isn't one size fits all. A 40-acre parcel in Adams County and a 40-acre parcel in Waukesha County are completely different assets with different buyer pools, different timelines, different values. Don't assume your neighbor's sale price applies to your property. Get a real assessment based on your specific land characteristics and location.
Michael, this has been incredibly helpful. Thanks for breaking down the Wisconsin market for us.
My pleasure, Emma. Happy to help.
And that's a wrap on episode 3. Whether you're holding land you inherited, considering a sale, or just curious about the market, understanding these price dynamics puts you in control. Next time, we'll talk about the paperwork nobody tells you about, title issues, easements, and how to avoid closing day disasters. I'm Emma Duzma, and this is The Land Deal. Thanks for listening.